morning and welcome. Please stand if you are able to do so, or remain standing for the presentation of colors in the Star-Spangled Banner, played by the Meridian Brass Quintet and led by Anna Lopshire, a vocal performance student in the College of Arts and Sciences. Please be seated. On behalf of the university, I wish to thank the SIUE Army ROTC for their presentation of colors, and Anna Lopshire and the Meridian Brass Quintet for their fine musical presentations. I would also like to thank our interpreters, Taylor Bodenbach and Amy Miller from the Office for Accessible Campus Community and Equitable Student Support Access, for making the commencement program available for those who are deaf or hard of hearing. My name is Denise Cobb, and I am the Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, and I'm delighted to celebrate this spring 2023 commencement with you. This morning, we will confer doctoral degrees on candidates from the School of Pharmacy. We are delighted to see so many family members and friends here to commemorate the outstanding accomplishments of our students. For those who are unable to join us in person, we are also live streaming all of our ceremonies. I'm also pleased to acknowledge members of the Platform Party and Chancellor's Council. I also wish to extend a very special welcome to Dr. Girish Gupchup, Vice President for Academic Innovation, Planning and Partnerships for the SIU system, and former Dean for the School of Pharmacy. These individuals are with us today to extend their congratulations to our graduates. Would all Platform Party and Council members please stand if you are able to do so to be recognized. Thank you. Please be seated. I also wish to recognize our incredible faculty seated with our students in front of me and the outstanding staff members located throughout this facility. It is through their dedicated work in designing and executing the curricula of the university, as well as providing critical support services, that our students have been able to achieve their educational goals, culminating in this graduation ceremony today. Would all faculty and staff in attendance today please stand if you're able to do so and be recognized. Thank you. Please be seated. It is now my privilege to introduce Dr. Girish Gupchup. Dr. Gupchup is the Vice President for Academic Innovation, Planning, and Partnerships for the Southern Illinois University System and Professor of Pharmacy at SIUE. Before joining the SIU system, he was Director of University Community Initiatives at SIUE, where he also served as the founding Associate Dean and then Dean of the SIUE School of Pharmacy. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Gupchup.
Good morning. On behalf of the Southern Illinois University System, it is my privilege to congratulate the SIUE May 2023 Doctor of Pharmacy graduates. Over the past 150 years, around 500,000 people have graduated from one of the institutions in our system. These graduates have had significant impact locally, nationally, and beyond. Today, you become part of our long tradition of producing outstanding graduates. Graduating from our university is a major accomplishment, and everyone who earns a degree faces challenges along the way. And the past few years, as we all know, have been particularly challenging for everyone. You should be proud that you persevered and got to this point. Now, as we look to the future, both at SIUE and for each of you, we are excited about what will come next. See, as you become doctors of pharmacy, remember that the word doctorate comes from the Latin docere, which means to teach. And the act of getting the degree, licentia docendi, means you will get the license as a doctorate. It means you will have a teaching license. So you, as one of the best medication experts in the world, and I know that because I know all your faculty, they're second to none, will teach your patients and your health professionals. As we wish you the best of luck in the next chapter of your journey, we know that the profession will be in great hands. And we hope that you continue to stay connected with SIUE and the SIU system. So again, congratulations and best of luck in the future, and go Cougars! It is now my privilege to introduce Dr. James T. Miner. Dr. Miner began his appointment as SIUE's 10th Chancellor in March 2022. A recognized thought leader in the field of higher education, Dr. Miner has a noted resume of teaching and scholarship in educational policy, administration, and higher education, academic governance, and more. Dr. Miner's bold leadership is propelling the university forward as he develops a collective focus on student success, supporting and enhancing faculty excellence, and engaging donors and community partners to advance regional impact. Please join me in welcoming Chancellor Miner.
Well, good morning. Thank you, Dr. Gupchup. I want to welcome everyone here to SIUE. I want to especially welcome you here to the Edwardsville campus. It is indeed an honor to host you on this special occasion this morning. The magnitude of this moment is indeed cause for great celebration. So allow me to add my personal congratulations to the class of 2023. Commencement is truly my favorite time of the year. It's not Thanksgiving. This time-honored special academic ceremony allows us to collectively acknowledge the accomplishments of our graduates by formally conferring degrees. We celebrate the beautiful journey that has prepared this cohort of high-achieving individuals to influence communities, industry, and the world. Graduates, without question, you all have put in the time and the effort and the work to earn your degree. But I would submit to you this morning that you did not make it to this moment alone. The people who are here surrounding you today have invested in you. They've recognized your potential, and in some cases, even before you did. and they have helped to foster your growth as you have pursued your ambition. I hope that you will take the time today in your own particular way to thank the people around you, those traveling with you on this journey, for the important roles that they have played in your life. If you look around, this room is a very powerful representation of what can happen when individuals are given opportunity and access to higher education. I certainly believe in and know the transformative power of higher education personally. The transformative power of a college degree is equally important for a third-generation PhD as it is for a student who will be the first in their family today to earn a doctoral degree. We know that higher education also has the power to create social and economic mobility for individuals in ways that completely change the trajectory of future generations. The power of higher education also has the ability to sustain family legacies and the potential to completely change a family tree. Today, SIUE is the #1 producer of college degrees in the region. You all will soon add to the number of alumni, the number of Cougar alumni, which allows me to proudly make the bold claim that SIUE is powering the workforce of today and the workforce of tomorrow. To our guests in attendance, I think it's worth noting that the graduates who are before you today have already had their fortitude tested. They have, after all, survived a global pandemic, but they have emerged not beleaguered or victimized, but stronger and more resilient than ever. Class of 2023, it's been a distinct honor and privilege to serve you. I want to leave you with only one bit of unsolicited advice, and that is to simply embrace change. Life is, I would argue, all about change and the series of subsequent adjustments we must all make to accomplish anything worthwhile. So as you go forward, I encourage you to expect change. I encourage you to accept change, to anticipate change, and to even induce change in the interest of becoming a better professional, a better human being, and the best demonstration of what is beautiful about an educated citizen. So go forth with purpose and confidence, and always remember to pay it forward to those who may also be transformed by the opportunity to earn an advanced degree here at SIUE. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chancellor Minor. I would now like to introduce our keynote speaker for today's commencement address, Dr. Eric Yersizian. A graduate of Granite City Senior High School, Dr. Yersizian served in the Marine Corps for 5 years, obtaining the rank of Sergeant and Quality Assurance Collateral Duty Inspector. He deployed to mainland Kuwait in support of Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom. While working at a large retail pharmacy as a pharmacy technician, he completed his undergraduate degree at Southwestern Illinois College. He then enrolled in the SIUE School of Pharmacy and earned a Doctor of Pharmacy degree in 2011. He began his pharmacy career as an overnight hospital pharmacist with SSM St. Clair in Fenton, Missouri. Since 2012, he has worked with the Department of Veteran Affairs in many capacities of pharmacy, including at Jefferson Barracks VA Medical Center in St. Louis, and for the last 8 years with the Mann Grandstaff VA Medical Center in Spokane, Washington, where he is currently working as an inpatient clinical pharmacist with a focus on informatics. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Yersizian.
Thank you, Dr. Cobb. Good morning, welcome, friends, family, and graduates. For those of you that don't recognize my last name, I'm an alumnus of the SIUE School of Pharmacy and the older brother of Brett Yersizian. who was among the graduating class, of 2023. Up until maybe 5 to 10 minutes ago, minus the people who showed up late, and they were under the understanding that I was not going to be able to make it here today, and with my deepest regrets. For that, I would like to thank the Dean, Dr. Luer, for formulating the opportunity to make this happen, the administrative staff, Denise and Angie, for handling the logistics behind the ask, and the rest of the faculty who knew about it and kept it a secret up until this moment. Right? Pretty cool, huh? Sorry. Speaking here today was not the easiest decision to make. When Dr. Luer asked me to make this speech, I asked him what the expectation was. He said, "You remember, you were there. What did you want to hear?" And I thought of my own graduation, and I couldn't remember a thing from the commencement speaker. So I turned to some of the more memorable advice that I've gotten from faculty here at the school. The most prominent guidance is from Dr. Christopher Lynch. I'm not sure that you can find too many SIUE School of Pharmacy alumni that don't know what the first rule is. It is the intentionally unwritten and covertly implied first step of every clinical algorithm. Chris's advice lives rent-free in my professional being. And since hearing it also happens to be the cornerstone of my approach to pharmacy practice. Now, I lack Chris's delivery and will paraphrase at the risk of plagiarism, but for the first step to every clinical algorithm is to be invested in the outcome. I intentionally changed that because I wanted it to work for the rest of my speech, and I will leave it to you, the graduates, to tell it unadulterated to your family and friends. For those of you that know Chris's first rule, when it is applied liberally, it has a large impact on the affected area and is also extremely functional in many arenas outside of clinical algorithms. On that note, I would like to take the time to recognize all those who have been here and are invested in your outcome. There are many here in attendance and joining remotely. Man, I cannot stop my voice from doing this. That you may have picked up along the way or have been here from the beginning. They have been here through the rotations, the studying, and the tests. There are some that made it easier, at times may have made it harder. Some who impacted us daily, while others supported us from a distance. Some who are no longer here, except for our hearts and memories, but their impact and overwhelming support is ever present. You have seen the journey through, and in many ways have surpassed expectations. But my guess is that those who surround you knew you were able to do it the whole time. As something I did not fully appreciate on my graduation, a part of this day is theirs. You would do well to recognize their investment in your positive outcome. So I say again, congratulations, but this time to the supporting cast of the class of 2023. Yeah. That was a pause for applause, but you don't have to. In a short time, you'll cross this stage, receive a diploma, and celebrate this accomplishment. Before you get started, it's often worth reflecting on the things that you've accomplished in the past 4 years. You've had the unique opportunity and burden of paving the way as traditional classrooms were vacant and the curriculum pivoted to remote learning on a large scale over a short period of time. You have seen novel therapies emerge. You've seen the application of the FDA's emergency use authorization, and you've seen pharmacy's role in a global pandemic. You have innovated and held a virtual talent show in the effort of having what is a normal university experience under a growing list of restrictions. 10 of you were also able to obtain additional degrees in health informatics and business along with your doctorate today. There is a resiliency and an esprit de corps that develops when a group of individuals come together through adversity. These bonds of friendship, surrounded by hardship, are not easily broken and will be a constant through your professional career and your personal life. It's gonna get longer, guys. As for my own story, I took a non-traditional entrance and approach to this profession. If not for some well-timed advice and conversations, I don't know that I would be here now. I can remember thinking, thanks to Sheridan Drugs in Granite City, that the Pharmacist on a dais, soda pop pharmacy was the extent of what pharmacy was. That's all changed since going to school. I'm also a United States Marine Corps veteran and worked as an aircraft mechanic with a collateral duty in quality assurance. These two things carry many parallels, not the least of which is that your actions have a very direct impact on somebody else's well-being. It is the same attention to detail and application of knowledge that signs an aircraft logbook safe for flight or a medication safe for use. Now comes, I guess, more my actual guidance. That's kind of all piggybacked into it. There's a mnemonic from the military for the 14 leadership traits of the Marine Corps, which easily cross over into characteristics you should seek to develop as a pharmacist. JJ did tie buckle. Stands for justice, judgment, dependability, initiative, decisiveness, tact, integrity, enthusiasm, bearing, unselfishness, courage, knowledge, loyalty, and endurance. These are not just great buzzwords for writing CVs or letters of recommendations. These carry with them a foundation and a framework to build a successful career. I myself have prioritized this list many times since my own graduation, and without fail, knowledge, integrity, and unselfishness are always found near the top. You are entering into a profession that is among the most trusted in healthcare, and after today, you will be responsible for its longevity, its care, and its protection, as well as its level of brilliance or tarnish. Police yourself and those around you, act accordingly, and with the highest principles in our profession will continue to shine. Since I'm also in the role of older brother, I started to think about what I would have said to Brett, and he's probably heard it a few times already, but I think I would have started out with, congratulations, the easy part is over. I will speak in sweeping brushstrokes of sorts, but for a good portion of this endeavor, you've been working off a checklist. The choice to start down the path was the only decision to make. The next steps have all been laid out in front of you. You have shown the tenacity and the determination to see it through, but the hard part is deciding what you do next and how you will navigate furthering your education and joining the workforce. The hard part is making the decision to be the pharmacist you see yourself as right now, and being the professional that may inspire others as you were inspired. The hard part is moving your initials to the end of the prescription, reviewing all the required information, assuming all the necessary liabilities, ensuring quality and consistency, and then making that action reproducible and doing it day in and day out through the good times and the bad. The hard part is being an advocate for the patient, for the medication, for the provider, for the pharmacy, and rarely for yourself. Our profession is defined by the unselfishness that comes with being an advocate for so many so that they may benefit from our involvement. Oh, wow, it happened again. Embrace the hard parts, get stuck into them, and find a way through the problem. You will be better for it. Brett, if you remember last month, I asked you what was the best advice I could have given you in pharmacy. You did not disappoint me when you said it's the idea of a warm and fuzzy feeling. This also happens to be a carryover from the Marine Corps and aircraft maintenance. I was told to never sign a logbook safe for flight until the maintenance was completed. It was my job to follow the manuals, inspect the completion, and sign the aircraft logbook. The action of signing the logbook was no small thing. The life of somebody I know may depend on it. Now, the Marine Corps has a reputation for indoctrination and sometimes blind obedience, save this. Nobody can compel you to sign off on work that you did not complete, and it was your duty to operate with a high level of integrity to withhold your signature until it was done, and done right. If you don't have time to do a job twice, you might want to make sure you did it right the first time. If nobody has told you yet, you're going to make mistakes. The mistakes and names of patients I carry with me were all accompanied with an uneasy feeling, a second guess, a rationalization that I could go faster because I needed it faster, or a realization that I could have done one more thing before it left the pharmacy. The idea of making sure that you have a warm and fuzzy feeling is also knowing what the opposite is and acting upon it. In my experience, most errors were preceded by complacency and resulted in a visceral feeling and a pit in the bottom of your stomach. You'll know when something doesn't feel right. Don't dismiss it. If it means starting over, start over. If it means not being distracted, then eliminate the chaos and focus at the task at hand. That patient deserves your undivided attention, as will the next. Simplify your process, work through it methodically, and adjust the steps as needed. There's another saying in the air wing that crosses over to pharmacy, and that is that all the warnings, precautions, and footnotes are written in blood. Somebody had to do it wrong the first time, or there had to be a bad enough outcome for it to get added to the manual. The same is true in pharmacy. There are red flags and warnings written in blood. Learn from their guidance and do your best not to follow in their footsteps. When you make your mistake, reflect on your role in it, or you might find that you're going to have multiple opportunities to relive that same mistake and that same feeling if you take no responsibility in changing the outcome of the next one. The hard part is dedicating yourself. They told me 15 minutes, I'm sorry. The hard part is dedicating yourself to diagnosing and creating the opportunities for success. It's sometimes easiest to avoid errors by assuming there's always going to be another one to find, and it is your sole purpose to identify it and avoid it. A warm and fuzzy feeling. Seek it out, recognize when you don't have it, hold on to it when you do, rinse and repeat. I think there's also a question you should ask yourself throughout your career and even your daily tasks. It takes the form of an underhanded insult, shielded in a little bit of levity. If someone accused you of being a pharmacist, do you think they would have enough evidence to convict? After graduation, there's a small learning curve for when you become a pharmacist. One day, you go from being a graduate, you pass your boards, and like magic, you're the one-stop shop for all the answers. It is no longer acceptable for you to defer the question to someone else. No longer acceptable for you not to be invested in the outcome. And no longer acceptable for you to believe blindly that the preceding steps were done correctly. Trust, but verify. You have an obligation of holding yourself to a standard, to a higher standard, one rooted in integrity and void of pride. I will leave it to you and your actions if you believe you are providing more than just a reasonable doubt. I'm sorry to turn this into a lecture, but remember, I am the older brother, and this is in fact the advice I've given Brett and would give him today. There will forever be a need for pharmacists. Longer? Okay. With all the advancements in healthcare and modernization of our world, there are things that computers can't determine, things that standard algorithms can't enumerate, and changes in a patient's presentation that needs to be witnessed to be acted upon. Times when a provider will use you as a beacon of knowledge after they encounter the outlier to the practice guidelines. Times when you can be a calming voice to a new parent and maybe answer the same question 3 times so that they can get it right. Times when someone's world may be devastated by a new diagnosis, and you are the light guiding them through and explaining the darkness. Remember that you are first and foremost a voice for the medication and an advocate for the patient. There are times when doctors, nurses, and patients will all rely upon you and our profession to provide a warm and fuzzy feeling. The School of Pharmacy has imparted on me that pharmacy is a profession that requires lifelong learning, and I have no doubt that with you and your fellow graduates, the SIUE School of Pharmacy's reputation will be strengthened and continue to grow. In conclusion, best part, today you are transitioning from current students to pharmacists and alumni, but from the beginning, you have always been an SIUE Cougar. No matter where you go, you'll forever be part of this family, linked to this university, its history, and its fellowship. Do not doubt our presence or the reach of our network. There have been times that I have felt overworked, or like today, maybe personally underprepared, but to the credit of SIUE and the School of Pharmacy, I have yet to feel unequipped or stranded on an island by myself. We are capable of greatness, We have been taught to weather the storm, and by example, strengthen those around us. I know and trust that you will leave here today, that you will be invested in the outcomes of those around you, that you will provide excellence on demand, that you will unselfishly deliver knowledge with integrity. To Brett and the Southern Illinois University Edwardsville School of Pharmacy Class of 2023, congratulations. I look forward to being a witness to your continued success. Not the
Thank you, Dr. Yersijan, for your inspiring words. Every class has its leaders, those students who go beyond the minimum requirements, and this class is no exception. Would the officers of the class of 2023 please stand if you're able and be recognized? Thank you for your service to the class and to the school. Now, most of the school's awards and honors are presented at our annual scholarship and awards ceremony, but two very special awards are reserved for this ceremony. First, it's my pleasure to announce Caden Miller is the winner of this year's Faculty Excellence Award. Caden, would you please join me on stage? This award is presented to a graduating student who exhibits academic excellence and a commitment to lifelong learning, has shown evidence of motivation to further the profession, utilizes excellent verbal and written communication skills, and has shown leadership via involvement in professional organizations and School of Pharmacy activities, and demonstrates empathy toward and service to others. This award is determined through faculty nominations and voting processes. Congratulations, Caden, on this special recognition. Now, it is now my great pleasure to announce the recipients of the 2023 Academic Excellence Awards. This award is given to the student or students with the highest cumulative grade point average over the 4 years in the program. Benjamin Eigenbrot and Katie Medford, would you please join me on stage? Now, anyone associated with pharmacy education realizes the level of hard work and dedication that's required to receive this honor. With over 1,100 alumni from the first 14 graduating classes, we've had only 18 students finish with a 4.0 grade point average. This equates to approximately 1% of our graduates. To have two individuals achieve this is truly remarkable. Congratulations to each of you on this outstanding achievement. Now, for each commencement ceremony, one graduate is chosen to speak on behalf of the graduating class. To be selected for this honor, students must not only demonstrate academic success, but they must also exemplify the values of our institution. The graduate chosen by his peers for today's hoodie and commencement ceremony is Caden Miller, who's receiving a Doctor of Pharmacy with a specialization in education. Caden's passion, intelligence, and innovation for the field of pharmacy is apparent through his commendable work ethic. Dr. Kate Newman notes, and I quote, "Caden is an exceptional student who is thoughtful, self-aware, empathetic, and articulate. He's a deep thinker and strives to understand others' perspectives before formulating solutions. And time again, he has demonstrated commitment to improving how we do things within the school and in the profession of pharmacy. I cannot wait to see the impact Caden will have as a pharmacist." From here, Caden will be joining the University of Illinois at Chicago on their Rockford campus in the College of Pharmacy as a clinical resident, where he'll continue his pharmaceutical training with a focus on academia and leadership. Caden, it is my pleasure to welcome you as a student speaker representing your class.
Thank you, Dr. Lohr. Good morning to the friends, families, members, and the soon-to-be colleagues of the class of 2023. We made it. We made it. That alone is worth celebrating, but because we will be celebrating all day, and perhaps longer, certainly longer, I want to begin by taking a moment to acknowledge the efforts that it took to bring us to this day. Many of us have been told since we can remember that life was going to get harder. Whatever trial or tribulation we were facing, we knew that on the horizon was something larger. Elementary school spelling quizzes turned into SATs and ACTs faster than we could believe. Before we knew it, PCAT had come and gone, and dare I utter the term NAPLEX today? Today, life gets harder. We celebrate because we know the struggles we have just faced. The length of that journey has been different for each of us, and for some, that journey may not feel over. But let yourself acknowledge a truth today. You showed up to a graduate level program, and the expectations grew. You may have been the student for whom giving 100% was no large ask. You may not have been, but soon, either way, we started giving 110%. The need grew larger, not just from school, but from life. Look out into this crowd. Look at those who are here to support you, just as they've done before today. Friends and family, you asked of us as well. And while we didn't always have 10% more of ourselves to give, when we could, we did. We found energy where there was none. We found that our capabilities were deeper than we knew. And then a pandemic hit. The bar was raised yet again. Challenges we couldn't have anticipated arose academically, professionally, and personally. No one emerged from that time unscathed. And we know our own scars all too well, so I'm not going to linger there. But our capabilities were once again deeper than we knew. Now, I told you life gets harder today, but I didn't explain why. Today marks a shift for every one of us, although our paths have already begun to diverge. Our members are headed into their first roles in the profession, making their way into community and hospital settings, residencies, fellowships, too many capacities to list. Although I will try a little bit harder. Academia, research, advocacy, pediatrics, medical affairs, industry, myriad clinical specialties, and more, many more. While many of us will spread across Illinois and Missouri, others will spread farther. Virginia, Texas, North Carolina, Delaware, Kansas, Arizona, and once again more. I hope you feel the weight of these words like I do. The incredible, terrifying, all too real fact of today is that we are being welcomed into the profession in a new capacity, one where our decisions and our impact will be backed by our degree, in addition to our soon-to-be obtained licensures. And that's harder. However, it is also a gift, one that we have fought hard for, and one that is desperately needed. The world we are entering into is in recovery, and as pharmacists, that's a process we're familiar with. If there's a first-line therapy, some global cure-all, a hidden panacea for the world, I don't know what it is. But while we're experts in medicine by trade, I implore each of you to never, not for one moment, forget the benefit that we can bring as individuals, as medical professionals, as humans. And if you do forget, remember this: your capabilities are deeper than you know. So treat symptoms. Where there is division, be a voice for unity. Be leaders, be advocates. Where there is fear, be a voice of reason, be an assurance, be of comfort. Where there is despair, be a voice of hope, be innovators, be healers. Our paths are many, but our purpose is united. In fact, we swore an oath. We'll swear it again. The welfare of humanity and the relief of suffering are our primary concerns. Let's go heal. Thank you.
Thank you, Caden, for your message, and congratulations on your achievements. The SIUE School of Pharmacy graduates wear a specific type of academic regalia. Those of us who have earned a doctoral degree wear the academic robe that bears 3 chevrons on the sleeve. We also wear the doctoral mortarboard or tam, according to the practice of the school that granted our degrees. The SIUE School of Pharmacy faculty members wear a doctoral hood representing the schools from which they graduated and their academic disciplines. They wear the regalia as a sign of their respect for our graduates and the hard work and dedication they have demonstrated to reach this point in their education. Today, we will place the doctoral hood upon the shoulders of each candidate receiving their degrees. The hood bears the college colors, in our case, the red and white of Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. The facing of the hood indicates the field of study. The pharmacy color is olive green. It is our final outward mark of acknowledgement for each student's educational achievement. You will also notice some students wearing medallions or colored cords with their regalia. The SIUE School of Pharmacy encourages students to excel inside the classroom and to excel in service to the school and profession outside the classroom. The medallions or colored cords you see our students wearing indicate how they have helped to advance the profession of pharmacy through membership in student organizations, leadership societies, or honor societies at the local, state, and national levels. Dean Luer will now present candidates for conferral of doctoral degrees from the School of Pharmacy.
Will all candidates for doctoral degrees in the School of Pharmacy please rise if you're able to do so? Chancellor Minor, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Pharmacy, it is my honor to present these candidates who, subject to completion of all requirements established by the university and the School of Pharmacy, are recommended to you for the formal conferrings of their respective degrees.
Thank you, Dean Laura. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and the Dean of the School of Pharmacy, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Southern Illinois University Board of Trustees, I confer on each of you the doctoral degrees earned with all associated rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
Will all graduates receiving doctoral degrees in the School of Pharmacy please come forward as your row is released?
Dr. Ifeoma Ann Abiandu. Dr. April Marie Adkins. Dr. Abigail Lorraine Auer. Dr. Erin Elizabeth Ball. Dr. Matt Michael Bays. Dr. Sierra Nicole Beck. Dr. Annabelle Louise Blanchette. Dr. Robert William Block. Dr. Kendra Renee Borland. Dr. Teal D. Brannon. Dr. Remington Ray Carroll. Dr. Sapandeep Cherry. Dr. Nathan Bryce Cuizon. Dr. Brooke Renee Dummerth. Dr. Tolualupe Efunkoya. Dr. Benjamin John Eigenbrot. Dr. Donald Gerard Ingeman. Dr. Gabrielle K. Ingstrom. Dr. Cody Joseph Feller. Dr. Sarah Rose Gardner. Dr. Courtney Ann Gibson. Dr. Hannah Marie Gomez. Dr. Kyle L. Hager. Dr. Brittany Morgan Holzhauser. Dr. Megan Ashley Hull. Dr. Brittany Ann Jaques. Dr. Amy Lynn Keller. Dr. Haley Elizabeth Kendrick. Dr. Thomas Michael Klosowski. Dr. Hannah Mae Keller. Dr. Stephanie Eva Cordy. Dr. Megan Alexandra Lenzenti. Dr. Victoria Violet Lewis. Dr. Deborah Lynn Lindquist. Dr. Hannah Mae Littlejohn. Dr. Dawson James Lubert. Dr. Tatiana Maximenka. Dr. Ariel Rose Mannion. Dr. Miranda Reed Mansfield. Dr. Zachary Stephen Mayberry. Dr. Katie Ann Medford. Dr. Caden R. Miller. Dr. Parker Graydon Mortensen. Dr. Colin Jacob Nesselrode. Dr. Elaine M. Nixon. Dr. Adiza Alaganju. Dr. Ryan Harrison Olt. Dr. Brandon David Olson. Dr. Mimi Thelma Ama Osei Larbi. Dr. Jessie Lynn Preston. Dr. Trent David Rakers. Dr. Sarah Nicole Reimer. Dr. Macy Rose Riemann. Dr. Catherine J. Robinson. Dr. Remington Thomas Roy. Dr. Mackenzie Page Schroeder. Dr. Sunny Sharp. Dr. Noyan Neil Shodo. Dr. Jalay A. Swope. Dr. Nicholas James Vidmar. Dr. Caitlin Michelle Waltscott. Dr. Hannah Lee Wieland. Dr. Victoria Nicole Wilson. Dr. Alexis Page Winterman. Dr. Brett Harris Yersijan. Dr. William Edward Zender.
Thank you, Dr. Hunziker, for reading the graduates' names. It's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Katie Ronald to the center podium to lead the Doctor of Pharmacy graduates in the Oath of the Pharmacist.
Will the graduates now stand if they are able to do so and take the Oath of a Pharmacist, which is printed in your program. And I invite any pharmacist in attendance to also stand and join us in reciting the oath. Graduates, please remain standing at the conclusion of the oath. So, class of 2023, please read the oath aloud with me. I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy. In fulfilling this vow, I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concerns. I will promote inclusion, embrace diversity, and advocate for justice to advance health equity. I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for all patients. I will respect and protect all personal and health information entrusted to me. I will accept the responsibility to improve my professional knowledge, expertise, and self-awareness. I will hold myself and my colleagues to the highest principles of our profession's moral, ethical, and legal conduct. I will embrace and advocate changes that improve patient care. I will utilize my knowledge, skills, experiences, and values to prepare the next generation of pharmacists. I take these vows voluntarily with the full realization of the responsibility with which I am trusted by the public.
Graduates, please remain standing. In recognition of the degrees bestowed upon you today, you may now move your tassel from right to left. Graduates, I would now ask that you turn and face our audience. To our friends and guests today here, I'd like to present to you, on behalf of the faculty and staff, the class of 2023 Thank you. You may now be seated. On behalf of the SIUE Alumni Association Board of Directors, I want to officially welcome you to the SIUE Alumni Association. Please direct your attention to the screens for a very short video from the Alumni Association.
My, how far we've come. You made it. All that work, the discoveries, the inside jokes you could never explain, the hard-earned grades, the halcyon days. Hold on tight to this feeling, this place, your friends. Many things will change over the next few years. The possibilities that lay ahead in your future are so bright, it can all seem overwhelming. But we've got you covered. You are about to join more than 120,000 SIUE alumni who have leveraged their SIUE education and experiences. And you'll be a lifetime member. No dues, no fees. All you have to do is stay connected. Long after this ceremony, stay connected. Be involved. You are now a part of the history of this amazing university, and you will always be welcome here.
Honored guests, at this time, let's give our graduates one final round of applause. We will conclude commencement by singing the first verse of the SIUE alma mater, played by the Meridian Brass Quintet and led by Anna Lopshire. The lyrics are printed in the back of your program. Following the alma mater, please be seated until the platform party, faculty, and graduates have left the seating area. Graduates will meet their guests outside of the East Lobby. Best wishes to all of our graduates, and thank you to all of our guests for joining us on this momentous occasion. We hope you will return home and visit us often. Now please rise if you're able to do so for the alma mater. Welcome. Please stand for release open games and questions for the